Blessings and peace to you on a Wednesday afternoon where I sit in the Tamara Pavilion, which I don't think it's on the camera's lens, but here I sit with an empty rocking chair. I want to invite you anytime that you want to join me here or on a trail to just talk. I had an amazing conversation yesterday where hearts connected and lives were shared, and I invite you to join me at some point to just connect our spirits and our souls and share our lives together. On this Wednesday, I have a list of dates. I need you to write these down because it's going to offer you some exciting opportunities, I think, and some good ways to connect. This week, Craig on Sunday said, "What's June 19th?" And I jokingly said my birthday, which it is, with, Barry Marshall and Kath Hopkins. So you're welcome to celebrate our birthdays this Saturday and all the June birthdays. There's a good number of us, so it's a good month. But possibly more important, in 1865, on June the 19th, there was a proclamation that formally declared all enslaved persons be freed. In the state of Texas, we were a little bit behind. And so this proclamation brought news that was actually a little bit old, but it was a big day in Texas, an Emancipation Day. It goes by a variety of other names. Within the United Church of Christ, there are a good handful of events to celebrate Juneteenth. This Thursday, there's going to be an opportunity for you to find out a little bit more of the history. And then on Friday, Sacred Songs and Stories. So do different opportunities online that you'll find the links for both at the bottom of this screen and in the attached email. Or definitely send me an email and I will send you the links to register for those events. But this Saturday, Juneteenth, is a big day in our history as a nation. Emancipation Day. And then, in the next coming Sundays, we're going to begin to wrap up our series called Come to the Table with some fun happenings. This Sunday, you'll join myself and Pat Roosh as we welcome you into our worship. Come to the table of abundance, where I'm going to invite you to start with abundance, to start every day, every conversation, every thought process with a mindset and intention of abundance. And then with that abundance on the 27th, we'll actually do one of the verses of the hymn, Come to the Table of Grace, with an actual meal. There'll be warm hot dogs and burgers ready for you. And we're going to invite you to bring the sides, the condiments, the buns possibly. And we will provide vegetarian, vegan options along with hamburgers and hot dogs and the beverages and the drinks. Those are the same things. So anyway, plan on being in worship. We'll have a shortened worship time, and then we'll break out the food and literally come to the table and eat together, nourishing not just our spirits, our bodies, our souls, our entire being in that day of fellowship and connection. And then the following Sunday on July 4th, which truly is a Sunday on July 4th, we're going to finalize or bring this series to an end by coming to the table of freedom and joy. The actual hymn is Joy, Come to the Table of Joy. And we're going to add on to that the Table of Freedom, where we're going to imagine Independence Day and how that sounds and looks theologically within a context of our own faith tradition. And we, on that day, will have another table fellowship, Holy Communion. We will serve on July 4th. Last week, I announced General Synod is going to be virtual this year. It will be the easiest way to pop into it ever. And I would encourage you, if you want to get a flavor of the UCC's national understanding, that you would pop into General Synod. If you would like to have some gatherings here where we watch that together on our TV here, if you would reach out to me, I will be more than willing and happy to make that happen, whether that be a workshop or a worship service. So plan on attending some part of General Synod, which will be, I believe, July 11th through the 14th. I just forgot those dates, but I will put them on the screen right now before I upload it, and you get an opportunity to actually see the real dates. And last but not least, I thought about starting with this, but I thought maybe not. Maybe I should cut this and put this at the beginning. We'll see what happens. But one of you this week, one of our members, sent me an email, and it only said a headline. It didn't give me the link, it didn't give me anything else, but the headline of the New York Times article said this. This is the headline: "If you ignore porn, you aren't teaching sex ed." This is an excellent article. And as an OWL facilitator, Our Whole Lives, which is a sexuality and faith curriculum, which understands and teaches that our sexuality, our gender identity, who we are in all capacities of ourselves, is a part of our holy and sacred being that God has created us to be, holistically, holy and holy. And so I had this packet. I actually got this headline the same week that I'm cleaning up my OWL materials, and there's a packet that the UCC offered to us when we went to General Synod, and if I could get a handful of these I would, but I only got the sample, so I'm going to work on getting these actually made. And you can't see this, but I'm going to give you a picture of it right now. It's going to come into the screen, and this is what it says: "Why give out condoms? It sends the right message. Sexuality is a gift from God to be shared with love and responsibility. Loving carefully is a moral responsibility. We affirm abstinence. It is always a viable and probably preferred choice. When people do choose to engage in sexual activities, we affirm safer sexual behavior." So the presence of condoms, on the back it says, is an educational tool that evokes questions and encourages discussion. The presence of condoms does not promote sexual activity. There are all kinds of statistics. The presence of condoms does not promote sexual activity. In fact, the presence of condoms takes sexual behavior seriously. The presence of condoms promotes health and honesty in sexual relationships. And the presence of condoms can open conversations that may save lives. Did you hear that? The presence of condoms may open conversations that actually may save lives. Here's one sentence in that New York Times article: "Refusing to discuss sexuality when it is more explicit now in media and more accessible than in any other time to minors in our day and age will not make it go away." And so the more we talk about and discuss healthy sexuality, safe sexual behaviors, literally we are saving lives. Our spirits, our mental capacity, our physical selves. So the presence of condoms, we support that here. This has been your daily message on June, I think it's the 14th. I don't know what date it is. I think it's the 16th. On June 16th, this has been your daily message. Have condoms accessible. See you next week.